Hello, Glenda Mollett here, and I'm in my craft room stamping with you today, and we're doing the Gnome for the Holidays, the third one of the cards for my September monthly club. Just making sure I'm oriented properly. Yep, I am. Good. Oh, I forgot to put Do Not Disturb on my phone. Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay, I have to take it off, and I have to hit the Do Not Disturb because I don't want there. Sorry about that. I completely forgot to do that. Okay, there we are. We're good now. A little bit of rearranging just to make sure I've got things centered and you'll be able to see it. Okay, so this is the third card that we're going to do. And I was inspired for this one by Cindy Lynn Taylor. And this one I've popped the whole card front up, but I'm not going to do that on the one I'm making today so that you can see the difference between them. So for the kit, we need a thick Whisper White base that is the usual 8.5 by 5.5, folded in half. A piece of Whisper White, that's 5 1/4 by 4 for the inside, and a piece of 5 1/4 by 4 for the card front. Snowflakes Blender Designer Papers, 3.5 by 3.5 to go in behind the snowflakes, and a piece 3 by 4 to make the hills at the bottom. Whisper White 2 by 3 to do the gnome, and a 1/2 by 2 3/8 for the sentiment. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to create these, the hills, because they're fun. And it's the die from the Friesen Friends dies. Okay, step 1 is to put the snowflakes in our card front. So there's the card front, and here's the 3 snowflake dies. Now these are the So Many snowflake dies, and we're going to put them on kind of like this. You want to make sure that they're up far enough that you can get your hills in there. There we go. So I'll run that through my maxi. Them out the other side. There we go. Now we'll just pop them out of the card front. There. Now, the trick to this is, so let me get my dirty paper out from underneath here, because I want to take my Wink of Stella, give it a good shake, and I'm just going to flick some Wink of Stella on the card front. And you're not going to be able to see this because of course it's clear, right? But it adds a little bit of shimmer without putting it on there, and without using the spritz. Now we could use the spritz. You want to have, I'm trying to get some more down onto my brush because you want to have a relatively juicy brush. There we go. So you can't see that. I know you can't see that, but it's there, and it's subtle. It's not in your face. Okay, so now we have our 3 snowflakes, and the 3.5 by 3.5 designer paper goes behind here. So you have to be really careful that you don't put your adhesive where it's going to show through the snowflakes. So to accomplish that, just put your adhesive onto the back of your card front. Oops, that was going to, just like this around the outside. Now, you don't need much because it's not going to move once you're on there. I do want to put some in the middle though, just so it stays down and doesn't pop up. Now we're going to put adhesive onto the card base anyways. Now you can use either side. I like this side because it's got more color. And then just put it down and make sure that you don't have any holes in there. So there you go. And if you have overlap, then just cut it off. So that's the card front. Okay, now let's get our snowflakes out of the dies. I'm so excited to do the gnomes with you this month because they are so cute. You have to be really gentle with these snowflakes. I've put a suggestion in to Stamping Up that they need to add more holes in their dies. So there's one. It'd be a lot easier to get them out without ripping them if there was more holes in here. But that's not going to help with this set of dies. So if you have to be careful you don't rip. So if you just take and gently pull them out, and once you get 3 out, then you can pull it the rest of the way. Okay, there's number 2. This one comes out a little bit better because there's more holes in it. I don't know why they didn't do that with all of them. Oh well. We'll make do. There we are. Let's get the center parts out because that allows the color in the back to show through. All right, there we are. There's the 3 of them. Get rid of my pieces here. All right, now this is the ski hill, snowbank, whatever. So we're using this die from the Freeze and Friends. This is the one that has like the little cute little critters in it, but it has this one. So there's no rhyme nor reason to what we're doing. So I'm going to put down here towards the bottom, I'm going to cut it once. Now this die stitches on both sides. So to get 3 hills, we only need to make 2 cuts. And it doesn't matter where you cut. Okay, so let me get the snowflakes out of the way. Up there. I'll just bring this up. So when I lift this, see it's stitched on both sides. So I'm going to use that for the top. And then we turn this around. And, oh no, sorry, this is the bottom. This will go on the bottom. This will go on the top. Now I'm just going to cut again. Somewhere. Like I said, it's not precise. You don't have to be too precise. Because I made the paper big enough that we'll be cutting the excess off. So there's our 3 hills. So there we go. See? And you get stitch marks and I love it. I love, 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 love. Okay, so let's put this onto our card front. We're going to do dry run first. So this one is going to do here. And then this one is going to do there somewhere like that. And then we have this piece here. to put in wherever you want. Now you can, if you're lucky enough to have it so that it matches at the bottom, that's awesome. If not, then put it on and just cut the excess off. All right, so we're going to put adhesive on. That was my finger. Come on. And we'll put the first one on, and I'm lining this side up, and then it's flowing down that way, and then the next piece goes in. So we'll put some adhesive on that. And I want to bring it down just a bit and line this side up so that it's straight. There. And then the last piece is going to go right on the bottom like that. Or I could move it down, but I like it up like that. So this one worked out well. Come on. There we go. So I'll just line this up right at the bottom and have that straight and have it straight along the bottom like that. There. Now this one, like I said, I popped that one up, and you can do that, but I don't think it's going to matter. So we're just going to attach this one flat. Make sure you get your corners. Now this just goes right onto the card base. Like that. Okay, now you need to put the snowflakes back in. And I'm just going to put adhesive in the center because I want them to be free-floating, sort of. So before I put them on, I'm just going to give them a little bit of lift. So they're just going to go right back in the holes where they came from. So let's just stick them upside down. And glue dots will work if you want. And just put some Tombow on there. Some little dots right around the edge. Come on, little dots. Yep. There we are. Now I'll use my scissors because I find it easier when I'm trying to put these back in to use my scissors rather than have my big fingers in the way. And just pay attention to where your center is. And then if you want, you can go in with some pieces of dimensional and lift those. This one will just fit right back in there. And this one, yeah, I told you I was going to use my scissors, and then I only used them for one. There we go. Oops, stuck to my finger. Let go. Apparently I have Tombow everywhere now. There we go. There we are. So then you can just kind of lift the edges up. Or you can leave them flat, doesn't matter. But if you lift the edges up, then you see a bit more of the paper underneath. Pokey tool works better. Oh, come on, really? There we go. All right, there we go. We got the base done. Now, we're going to put some blue adhesive back gems on here. These are so pretty. We're going to put one in each. And you can use the dark ones or the light ones. So I've used the light ones, and I'm going to use the dark ones this time. There we go. And that brings out the purple in these gems too, when you put them on that paper. Okay. Oh, and then I'm going to add more, but I have to do my my elf, my gnome first. So we'll get the memento and we'll get the gnome. And stamp him. Here we are. Now, do some coloring. So I have Highland Heather. Oh, I used a different gnome. Oh, isn't that interesting? Okay then. My apologies. I need to get a piece of Whisper White because I stamped the wrong gnome. Now you could use that gnome. I don't have to worry about it. But I've used him a bit. So I'm going to, there he is. There's the proper one. Okay. We'll just ink this dude up and stamp him. There we are. Just because I like his hat. His hat is fun to color. So we're going to put some light Highland Heather all over his hat. Now I chose Highland Heather, but Pool Party's out too, so you can use whatever you want. And I'm going to do some blending on his hat this time. So that's why I wanted a good base coat. Let's put some dark highlights in there. And go back over the top. And I'm going to avoid going down the middle so that it's lighter in the middle. Okay, now this guy, I put purple clothes on, but I want to do red this time. I'm just looking at my video and apparently I'm not coloring in where you guys can see it. So I'm going to make this one have red clothes. You don't see much of them. Okay, And I gave him dark pool party shoes. Oops, wrong side. Yeah, I don't like coloring with that side. Let's give him some pool party shoes. And the bell. His pool party. There we are. Okay. And ivory for his skin. Man, I love these gnomes. They're so fun. And it's not like they're hard to color either. Okay, so now I'm going to color his beard. I'm going to start with the light smoky slate. Give it a good base coat, but I'm going to avoid the center. Let's get there. Now I'm going to leave an area right in the center where I'm not putting anything yet. So put on the light and then go in with the dark and do some shadowing, because you know he's going to be dark around where his mustache is and where his nose is. And then we do some streaks and then go back with the light. Of course, how you decide to color yours is completely up to you. This is just how I'm doing it. And then I very lightly, very quickly go right over the whole top. And that gives him a lighter highlight right in the center there. There we go. It doesn't take long to color him. And now we have to cut him out because there's no dyes. And it doesn't take, it's not hard to cut them out because they don't have a lot of ins and outs. And around. And I'm just going to cut the rest of them before I finish cutting around that. The Christmas ornament there and on his hat. Because I find if I don't have a lot of excess, it's easier to do those little tiny spots. Now this card would work with Friesen Friends too. If you don't want the gnomes, you could put Friesen Friends in there, but we're using the gnomes, so that's what we have. See, it doesn't take long to cut him out at all. And we're just about done. There we go. Now I just have to go back. Now you don't have to cut out around this if you don't want to, because it doesn't make any difference. There we go. Okay, where did I put the card base? It's hiding. Now he's going to be popped up on dimensionals, so I'll just get those out. Them on. There's a hair. It's funny, I was watching a movie the other night, and they needed the DNA from the victim, and they found an envelope that she had sent years before, when she had licked the envelope closed, and they were able to get her DNA off of the envelope flap. And I've told my hubby for a long time, if you ever need my DNA for anything, fingerprints will be in a lot of the cards that have adhesive on them, and you'll be able to get DNA off of the envelopes. All right, so this one fits in there a little bit better than this one did. I kind of had to put him underneath the snowflake, but this one is working a lot better. Okay, so now we have the sentiment. I'm going to stamp that in Highland Heather. There's no place like home for the Christmas season. And yes, I said that without singing it. There we go. And we're going to put some... Okay, I had one already done that I messed up. So we're using that one because the other one I'm saving for somebody else's card. I know. This card, it doesn't matter because I'm doing it on a video and it doesn't matter if it's got it on both sides. All right, and so that just goes down right there. And there we go. Now you can take your Wink of Stella and do some funky coloring on your snowflakes if you want. Now I need the blue, the gems, and my pokey tool, and we're just going to add a few more. Because this card just cries out for added bling. Here we are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. So there's the outside done. Now we'll just do the inside, and this is what the inside looks like. So those are snowflakes from the Snowflake Wishes stamp set. And we're going to use Pool Party and Highland Heather. So Pool Party first. The dirty paper here. And where's my snowflake? There it is. I'm going to put some big snowflakes in. And the envelope. All right, close that one. Oh, that's not the color I want. Hello, Highland Heather. Okay, now we're just going to stamp around here. And I'm just stamping around the snowflakes. And we'll do the envelope too. There we are. Now I have the Pool Party marker, and I'll go around the outside of the inside piece. Now I don't have a sentiment in here, I need to put a sentiment in here. And I know just the one I want to put in there. I just have to go and get it. Let me see. Where are you? There it is. It's from Peaceful Boughs. May the spirit of peace gently fill your heart and home in this most wonderful time of the year. I love that saying. All right. Need a block for it. And I think I'll put it in Memento. Put that right in the very center. That's a little crooked, but it'll do. Well, let's stamp this one while I'm here. There we go. We'll put this inside. Put some adhesive on there. I don't know what that was, but it's not going in my card. Okay. Just gently center that in there. There we go. So that's the card done. I like this dude with the red clothes. And you know what? I think he needs black shoes. Let's get... Oh, maybe I got the light basic. Nope. Need the light basic black. It's going to go over top of the blue shoes with black. There we are. That's better. Okay, so there we are. That's the Gnome for the Holidays card for the club, for our September 2020 club. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoy making this card. Stamp and smiles, and bye for now.